Trying to rush him some Zerglings to get a scout, I think, but that doesn't work. And we'll see if Pure decides to stay with a lot of Corsairs this time, or if he just focuses more on getting a couple of Archons and just using his gas that way. Perhaps not worried so much about Hyuk going Mutalisks after seeing that he didn't last game, even when he went Spire first. A couple more gateways going up now for Pure, and his second expansion at the mineral only going up. Managed to take down one Overlord so far with the Corsair and gotten all the scouting knowledge he needs right now. I'm sure the Hydra's Den is almost done for Hyuk, but he really is quite behind. He's putting down his 5th hatchery right now, so a lot of hatcheries going up, and once again from Hyuk, we're going to see that same strategy of going for low-tech units, just Hydralisks and Zerglings, and trying to get more expansions that way and shut down Pure. But like we saw last game, Pure just ripped through that, ripped through those forces quite easily, or either ripped them through with his upgraded Zealots and Reavers, or he just flew right over them and dropped behind them at those expansions. So I don't think it worked out very well. The only difference is Hyuk this time has gone for, Pure this time has gone for a Templar Archives first and not the Robotics Support Bay. So this time he's not going to have Reavers probably for the entire game. He's going to stick with his Templar, and that Corsair is still running away from the Scourge. May not get picked off after all. Photon cans going up too around that mineral only, just to protect against any Hydralisks trying to snipe off probes, I think. And that Corsair is still alive. And why do people like watching this so much? The observers love showing these chase scenes, I guess. It's kind of like a chase scene in a show. It doesn't really matter what really happens to that Corsair. I think it's not going to be absolutely critical, but they are deciding to show it. Oh, that Corsair stopped microing for a second and bites it. An Archon out, and now a couple of Zealots for Pure, and I think this is actually quite a good counter against Hydralisks. Perhaps he knew that, perhaps he just sensed that Hyuk was not going for air, not going for Mutalisks, and hence he only built one Corsair and immediately switched over to this this Templar build, and that's going to be very powerful for him. He needs a Sonic Storm though. What's he doing right now? I have no idea what Pure is doing right now. Pure running in with just Speedlots, and well, he's got more Speedlots coming, so never mind. He might know what he's doing right now after all. I think that Hyuk probably should have focused down that Archon, because now that Archon, oh man, is behind the mineral line, and he's going to be wiping out those drones' lives. Just psionic arms just going and destroying everything there. Ouch. I think a little bit of micro would have been good there from Hyuk if he had just focused down on that Archon and then worried about the Speedlots later. But since he didn't have Sonic Storm, Pure was not successful with that attack. I don't think he could have broken through without some Psy Storm on those Hydralisks. Hydra's now pushing forward, and there's once again 5 hatchery build here. That's a lot of hatcheries, and I'm just not sure. You know, we'll have to see how successful the strategy is for Hyuk. It's certainly not a strategy that I don't think a lot of people are doing that right away, right now. At least not recently. We've seen 815 do something like this, but I think it was smarter than what Hyuk's doing. 815, when he went for Sauron Zerg, he definitely had more map control. He actually took several more expansions before he went Sauron Zerg. I don't think out of the opening 3 bases on Andromeda you can really go for a 5 hatchery build there. It just a little bit. You just don't have the resources to produce that many units to keep your larva completely used up all the time. But anyway, 0-0 still for Hyuk, and +1 attack for Pure. And Pure once again moving out with his small forces of just Speedlots. Looks like this time he'll actually retreat, seeing those Hydralisk traps. So I think Pure has the lead this game. I think he's just going to be able to macro up right now, and then probably assault the new expansion that's coming up at the lower right. Once he detects it, I think that will be his target. Although, I think it's smart. Oh, nice snipe there by Hyuk, sniping off that High Templar. Another High Templar, though, getting a good storm off there. Managing to pick off about 4 or 5 Hydralisks. Now comes the push outward from Pure. Perhaps, no, just to clear up his front door. Not a real push in yet. I think Hyuk is smart, though, in putting that expansion the farthest location possible from the Protoss base. So it's going to take a very long time for Pure to run it over there, and it's going to be more time that his units are strung out in a line, and it's going to be more time for Hyuk to surround them. But I'm not sure how successful it's going to be. Hyuk also might be taking that expansion at the 9 o'clock position. Not sure if that's a probe or it's just a scouting unit. or a Nexus or a scouting unit rather. And Pure now taking the center of the map, I think. He's probably going to be going for that assault at the lower right soon. It's going to be my guess. I think a break at the front door would be kind of silly. And we'll see if Hyuk decides to go for what he did last game when he's in trouble and just go for an all-in attack at the front door. Not sure how successful this will be in this game because Andromeda is just so easy to defend. That narrow choke point leading to your natural expansion is just so easy to defend on Andromeda that I'm not sure how successful it will be for Hyuk. But actually, Pure going in for attack at the main base. I don't think Hyuk was ready for this. Lurker is not in position, and a lot of good storms getting off in the front there. Lurker is now finally burrowed, and still a ton of Dragoons out for Pure. Pure not afraid to go Dragoons, knowing that Hyuk is going to go for this Lurker build, and Hyuk is just sending in his waves of units piecemeal. I felt like he should have sent in all of his units first in his first wave, but looks like those Dragoons are just allowed to micro backwards and kill off all the units piece by piece, and those storms are just tearing apart Hyuk's army. Hyuk's army is half the size, the food count of Pure's at this point, and that is not boding well for the Zerg player Hyuk here. Hyuk is definitely contained in his base, and I think Pure, once he knows about that new expansion, looks like he is going to be moving towards that direction, and probably he's going to take it out, and I don't know how Hyuk can come back from this. Once again, I don't like his build. I don't like his Sauron Zerg, kind of like a Sauron Zerg light build. As in, he doesn't have enough expansions to support it, and it just really kind of doesn't work. I think it's just better to go for some tech, go for lurkers, perhaps go for some drops, and not go for this just low-tech all-in build here. And it looks like he's going to pay the price for this. Hyuk is going to get overrun. I don't think there's much he can do about it. There's a gigantic force coming in the front door here, and it's just going to get shoved down his Zerg throat there. So unfortunately, one Zerg player is going to be eliminated straight off in the OSL. I'm not sure exactly who all the players are. I might go over that in the next game, which I'll cast, which I assume is going to be between Pure and C, fighting for the right to leave Group A of the round of 36 and enter the round of 16. A storm going off on those drones. Wow, another great storm going off, and that is going to be GG. GG coming from Hyuk. Hyuk making his debut in the OSL, but not getting very far. Pure advancing a little bit, and he's up to face against another great player in the Pro Leagues, C, and we'll see which of these two Pro League Masters, but not single League Masters, manages to advance. Stay tuned. This is Cholera signing off.